On a recent Old Man and the Three podcast, Jayson Tatum actually says thank you to the Milwaukee Bucks for Jrue Holiday. Many believe the Bucks actually handed the Celtics a championship last year because they traded Jrue Holiday. Now here's a fun thought experiment. If the Bucks don't trade Jrue, are the Celtics an NBA champion right now? If you enjoy NBA or basketball content in general, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I try to upload 2 to 3 times a week, and it's always a topic centered around the NBA or basketball in general. Also, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you tickle that little like button. Lastly, in each video, I pose a question to the viewer. The question in this video is, if the Celtics don't get Jrue Holiday, are they NBA champions this year? Make sure you leave your answer in the comments below, and I'd love to read it.
At first, I was like, I can't believe Milwaukee let this happen. So thanks to the Bucks. I knew we had a really good chance. To win a championship, a lot of things have to go right. Knowing that Jrue had championship DNA and I won a gold medal with him, I knew, what kind of player and person that he was. I knew it was going to make our team better. And we already got KP, and we already had a really good team. So, when we got Jrue, I was pretty confident about what we could accomplish.
Now, I know Jayson Tatum didn't mean it in like a mean way. He's kind of just like off the cuff, kind of like a little joke thing. Thanks for the Jrue Holiday trade. But it was kind of like Jayson Tatum kind of like verbally bitch slapped the Bucks a little bit. He essentially said, thanks for the chip losers in a way, in a nice way. He didn't mean it that way, but one can extrapolate that from what he said. I just thought it was funny. It was kind of like a backhanded compliment kind of thing. And it just got me thinking about the whole Jrue Holiday saga, or it was really a Dame saga, and how Jrue actually ended up on the Celtics. I just went down memory lane on how did Jrue actually end up with the Celtics anyways? So it all started with Dame. Dame was like, hey, Portland, I'll see what you do in the draft. I'll see what you do in free agency. If I don't like what you did, I'm going to request a trade. Long story short, he requested a trade. And usually when the stars request trades, they give like a list of teams they would like to go to. Well, Dame didn't actually have a list. He had a team. And that team was my beloved Heat. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole drama of Heat versus Portland. I'm still pissed about it. It's okay. But long story short, once again, the Blazers didn't want to play ball with the Heat. They basically wouldn't even answer the phone call. So Dame gets traded to the Bucks. The Bucks, for getting Jrue, they had to give up an important piece. What was that piece? Well, that was Jrue Holiday. What did the Portland Trailblazers do with Jrue? They're going to trade him for a team because they're trying to rebuild. They give him to the Boston Celtics. Now, I know what you did there, Portland. It wasn't because Boston had the best offer. Mind you, I'm speaking from a biased, mad perspective because I'm a Heat fan. They wouldn't play ball, so I'll take this with a grain of salt. But they weren't going for the best offer. They were going to try to spite the Bucks and the Heat if they can. What's the best way to do that? Oh, let me give it to the Celtics. They're already a damn good team. If I give Jrue to the Celtics, man, they have a damn good chance of beating both the Heat and the Bucks. So the Celtics get Jrue Holiday. They have to give up Robert Williams III, Malcolm Brogdon, Golden State 2024 first round pick, and a 2029 first round pick. Now, I'm not a trade or a cap guy, so in terms of like the value that they got for the guy, I mean, I'm not too keen on knowing, oh, that's a great deal, that's a bad deal. I mean, it looks like a pretty good deal, but I feel like there's better deals out there. They didn't want Hero because he had so many guards. Whatever, I'm done with that. But yeah, that was how Jrue Holiday became a Boston Celtic. A lot of people say that the Bucks handed the Celtics a championship because they traded Jrue, which Jrue went to the Celtics. And before Jrue even went to the Celtics were really good. So they were already so good before Jrue. Once Jrue got there, their backcourt became Jrue Holiday and Derek White. Now, try to think back in the history of the NBA. There's not many better defensive backcourts than that. I'm not saying it's the best ever or none. I'm not going that crazy. I'm just saying to have Jrue Holiday and Derek White in your back as your 2 starting guards, bro. I mean, come on. Any team would die for that. And now Jrue is paired with White. He's paired with Tatum. He's paired with Brown. And I think this is before they got Porzingis. But just adding that together, all those people, man, they became the instant favorite. Now, my 2 cents, I think if they had Jrue, if they didn't have Jrue, they had a damn good chance of winning the chip. I don't know if they would have won it. They might still have won it. I can see a world where they still would have won it if they didn't have Jrue. But getting Jrue just made it basically like, man, this shit's easy. Now, if they would have matched up with the Nuggets in the championship, I would have loved to see how that goes. But they would have had Jokic, man. They would have had him trying to get out there to test 3. They just are so good at spreading you out and driving and kicking. It's just their spacing is elite. That's what makes them so good. Their players, of course, make them so good. But man, Jrue to the Celtics. Once I saw the news go down that Jrue was going to the Celtics, heart sank. Celtics fans, I'm sorry. I don't root for the Celtics. I was like, damn, they got the East locked up. I mean, what is there to do now? I wish we could run a simulation like, 2K, you can run simulation, but I wish we could run a real life simulation of if Jrue stayed with the Bucks, what happens to the East? It'd have been interesting to see. I mean, we'll never see that. We go on with life, but I just thought it was fun to look back on the whole Jrue Holiday saga, Dame saga, and see how that really shaped this year's champion. Now, don't forget, video question. If the Celtics don't get Jrue, do you think they're NBA champions this season? I appreciate y'all for watching. If you're still here watching, dope. Thank you so much. And I'll see y'all in the next one.